My name's James Knight. Been in China for about 5 years now, and for once I'm not in Shenzhen, I'm in Wuhan. So I thought I could make a video and we'll go around Wuhan together and have a look around. I think I'm going to go down to the river and take a ferry, so come with me. Just got off the bus. I'm here by the ferry terminal and I haven't been to Wuhan in ages. I really like this town. It's very relaxed, the food's great, got an interesting local culture. I think we're going to have a little look at some bridges and take the ferry, and I hope you can come and join me. So one thing that's really nice about Wuhan is it's got a lot of rivers here and a lot of lakes. I've made a video about Wuhan before where I went into detail about Wuhan, and that was probably about 3.5 years ago when I made that video. At the minute I'm just by the river having a look, and it's really nice here. It's a much more relaxing place than Shenzhen. It's much more chilled out. It's like more of a local town kind of feel to it compared to Shenzhen, which is just a big immigrant city. So it's quite refreshing to be here, you know. I'm on the ferry now and we're on the Yangtze River. The Yangtze River flows from Tibet all the way to Shanghai. It's a very famous river in China. And we're going to the concession area. Wuhan's a little bit similar to Shanghai in the sense that it had concessions during the colonial period. We're on the ferry now, we'll go there, we'll have a look around. The ferry has a tiny little outside bit, and mostly it's an inside ferry. Very, very noisy, as you can probably hear. Behind me here is the customs house, and this is a very famous landmark here in Wuhan. Like the Bund in Shanghai, there's a lot of old colonial buildings here, and it's quite nice in a way because they're always kind of by the sea or by a river, which is very similar to my hometown of Liverpool, and the architecture of the buildings also looks very similar to my hometown. If you walk down by the River Mersey in Liverpool, it looks a lot like this round the pier head. A very hot day today in Wuhan. It's approaching the afternoon now and it's just baking hot. Different to Shenzhen though, because Shenzhen feels more like a sauna, whereas Wuhan feels more like an oven. Just feel like you're being baked rather than steamed. It's a lovely place, this concession area, with lots of nice buildings. Looks very upmarket. Looks kind of quite Victorian. It's really interesting. The great thing about the concession area here in Wuhan is you've got all these side alleyways and they're filled with things to see. They look a bit old school. They remind me a little bit of Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. If you go Chinatown around there, bit old school, bit colonial, and all the telephone electricity wires are hanging around. Looks all cluttered, but it's a really interesting thing to see. And there's little restaurants, little cafes, tattoo parlours, all on these side streets. So one great thing about the concession area here is you've got to go off the main street to see all the interesting streets. If you've known me for a long time, you know that one of my guilty pleasures in China was Mian. And Mian is from Wuhan, Hubei province, and I really love this noodles. It's like boiled noodles in a satay sauce, and it's really tasty. So I bought some from this restaurant here. And it's really good noodles, this one. Sometimes Mian can be a bit hit and miss, but this one is extremely satay-ish, tastes very peanutty and is really delicious. We've also got some shrimp dumplings that are Shanghai style. This is also in the spicy soup, so I'll try a dumpling too. Well, the dumplings taste very shrimpy, but the first taste you get is like a herb. So I think it's shrimps and something else. Maybe some coriander or something, but it's very nice. And it's in a spicy soup too, so it's a little bit of a spicy aftertaste. We found this restaurant just off the concession area in Wuhan, down one of the off streets. And it's a really interesting atmosphere at this place because it's got a little outdoors area, just a little dumpling and ramen shop, and it's got a bird cage with some tropical birds in and lots of little plants. It's quite nice, very scenic, so it's a very relaxing place to just come and chill and eat some food. One thing that would surprise you if you came to the concession area of Wuhan is how big it is. It's actually quite a big area. I thought it would only be a street or two, but it goes in quite deep into Wuhan. And all the buildings are just magnificent. It's a really beautiful place. Everywhere you go, you'll just get your breath taken away a little bit by all the interesting old buildings done in a very Western style. And there's loads of interesting little businesses here too. So definitely worth checking out. So I'm on Li Huangpi Road in Wuhan, which is in the concession area, and it's one of the most beautiful streets in the concession area. It's full of these beautiful red brick buildings with all these little French style balconies, French style windows, cobbled roads. It's lovely. It's filled with lots of interesting restaurants and bars and cafes and little businesses too. So it's very refreshing to be in a different place. The last few years I haven't done a lot of travelling, and this is the first time I've done some travelling. So I just feel so refreshed, really relaxed. It's quite a lot more chilled out here than it is in Shenzhen at the minute. Obviously this is a lot more of a local town. People go with the flow a bit more, and that rubs off on you in a way. It's also, you know, I've had a nice day out in Wuhan as well. It's nice to go and check out this concession area and take the ferry and enjoy some of the scenic views you can get in this city. And it's nice to be in a different province as well. Very hot though, really, really hot. But I hope you like this video. I hope it's refreshing for you to see a video that's talking about something else other than Shenzhen. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.